What is going on, people? This is Joey Tongs Boxing, a fight preview. Gilberto Ramirez and Joe Smith Jr. A cruiserweight match between two former light heavyweights. And even Gilberto Ramirez, he was a super middleweight at one point. I don't know how he made super middleweight because he's huge. He's had problems making weight in the past, so I think that's why they did this fight at a higher weight class. Joe Smith Jr., most known for his fights with Artur Beterbiev, Dimitri Bivol, and Bernard Hopkins. Hopkins gave him the opportunity when he was working construction to continue his pro career and get on a big fight, big stage. Hopkins berated him like crazy, making fun of him, saying that he's ordinary, and then guys like Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya are extraordinary. This was a 50-year-old Bernard Hopkins, and Joe Smith knocked Bernard Hopkins out of the ring, and that was the end of Bernard Hopkins' legendary career. Then he fought against Bivol, got outclassed. He fought against a few other guys where he kind of worked his way back in there. I'm trying to remember who. I think it was Barrera, Sullivan Barrera. He beat, and then he beat Maxim. What's his last name? Vlasov, in a fight where I honestly thought it was a draw, but they gave it to Joe Smith, whatever. And then he fought Artur Beterbiev last year. He had his one title, and Beterbiev had his two, and Beterbiev knocked him out in 2 rounds. I was there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable atmosphere. But so he lost to Beterbiev last. Gilberto Ramirez, he lost to Dimitri Bivol last. Even though Dimitri Bivol hasn't fought this year. Last year, Bivol was fighter of the year. So both guys kind of shown that they're not at the top level of light heavyweight. The top level of light heavyweight is Beterbiev and Bivol. Fortunately, we still can't get that fight going, which is just the problem in boxing. When you have a great fight, everyone knows that this is the matchup to make, and we don't get it. What's new in boxing, right? You know, same old, same old. But in this matchup, I look at it, Joe Smith's a puncher. He's a big puncher. I think he has more one-punch knockout power than Gilberto. Gilberto is more of an accumulation puncher, but Gilberto has the physical size and strength, which you wouldn't think because he's a smaller guy now in weight classes when he started. But I think that that's his advantage. I think that, to me, he'll win the fight because of his sustained pressure. I think he has a higher work rate and is a little bit, better overall offensively than Joe Smith. But neither guy is a very refined defensive fighter. So both guys are going to take some bombs. It's about, can the power of Joe Smith win against the work rate and sustained pressure of Gilberto Ramirez? I think Gilberto Ramirez is a little bit younger and a little bit more in the tank. But, man, Joe Smith, he's just so gritty. He's got so much heart. He's such a warrior. How could you not love Joe Smith? He Teddy Atlas once said this, and I thought this was a very interesting thing to say. He said, Joe Smith is not as good at fighting as a Terrence Crawford, as Canelo Alvarez, as Usyk, Lomachenko, Inoue, but he's every much as bit of a fighter as him. So my prediction is both guys give it their all in the war, and I think in the heart department, Joe Smith probably clears. But I think that Gilberto's youth and sustained attack will win. I'm going Gilberto Ramirez by 8th round knockout. Let me know what you guys think. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Peace.